Don't let anyone stop you from doing you. Don't be basic, be original, be unique, be you. Don't be me, because everybody wants to do that right now. So hi guys, it's Taylor Sky and I'm back at it again. This episode would be just a bit more of an expansion to my intro that I done, which you watched before. Thank you for all the views so far and all the love, and I'm just gonna go right into my love of IT and a bit more about my personality. So this video will be slightly longer, so grab the popcorn, grab the cocktails, whatever you do need to do, and here we go. So the first question is, what got me into IT? I think, you know, when people ask me that, it really is a strange question because I'm just a bit of a weirdo anyway. So originally I wanted to be an alien. No, I'm joking. No, but originally I wanted to go into acting, and my mum always kind of pushed me into acting. She's paid money to put me into drama school and do photo shoots and blah blah blah. And obviously grew up watching Star Wars, Star Trek, Logan 5, so I've always had this kind of big fascination with sci-fi and, you know, big technology things. So my main set was to kind of be like, oh, I want to be an actress and I want to be in Star Wars or Star Trek. But as I kind of developed the roles acting to kind of imitating Star Wars or Star Trek, I actually really fell in love with the technology that was being presented in it, as in opposed to the acting, which my mum wasn't too happy about, considering the amount of time and money she spent on me. So obviously I grew up as I am now. And I went to, obviously, primary school, secondary school, and I just really fell in love with science. And I think I really kind of fell in love with technology and science when I was in college. So whilst in college, I took a double A level, which represented 3 A levels when I applied for UCAS, and that was in biology, physics, and chemistry. I should know that, in chemistry. Obviously, I was a bit more on the physics side, so that was the area which I excelled. And when applying for UCAS, I wanted to kind of keep my passion for technology. So originally, the first course that I would actually apply to do was astrophysics. So they obviously required me to do a maths A level, which I didn't do. So I was really bummed out about that because I couldn't do it. So I thought, you know what, no problem with that. I'm really technical as well as that I'm really good with my hands. No, but obviously I'm really good with my hands. So it is a bit of a boys course, but yeah, I didn't really mind that because I'm kind of hands-on and good with my hands in that sense. So applied to the aerospace engineering and chemical engineering, got accepted to both. And then I just didn't really like it because I just felt it was a bit too hands-on and I didn't really want to go into the engineering side. So on my other applications of UCAS, I literally had 2 more spaces left, and I applied for artificial intelligence and robotics. And yeah, that's how I got it now. So I applied for artificial intelligence and robotics, and the entry requirements were quite high, but strangely enough, it wasn't high in regards to the grades you had to get. It was high on regards to what you've achieved and what you can show behind the scenes, and what makes us think that you'll be good enough to kind of take this course, because they only can take 9 people on the course because it is quite specialised, because I'm a special person. So obviously I was focusing on that, and then I was going through my A levels and I managed to get the grades, and then I got accepted through the course. Whilst I was also doing that, to support my UCAS statement, I went to Christ the King College and I was chosen to be student president. So obviously that supported my UCAS statement quite a lot in regards to that as well. So yeah, that was quite a fun experience, but that's a story for another time and I won't really talk about that right now. So fast forward later, got into artificial intelligence and robotics. So what is artificial intelligence and robotics? Well, artificial intelligence is the ethics and concept behind computer science and machinery, and how it kind of morally and logically fits in our everyday life. And robotics is basically a physical form, such as a robot. A telephone or a computer could be seen as a robot. And artificial intelligence and robotics is just basically the concept and how it speaks to the physical being and how it can merge together. But that's a whole nother story for a whole nother video. Gonna keep you posted, so keep tuned. So originally wanted to get into acting. So when I got into secondary school, I studied obviously English literature, was great in that, to the point where my English teacher was like, I really think you should apply for the Brits as a college. I was always kind of like the class clown, impersonate people, reading stuff. So was really weird because I had a love of science, but I had this big personality, and at the time I never really knew how to merge it together. So a bit more on the educational side, even though I kind of was to people this funny, outgoing person, I was very much so passionate and in love with science. And in regards to that, that definitely reflected academically, so much to the point where in my SATs I achieved one of the highest in Southwark and got a Southwark award. After that, I got not a job obviously, but I got kind of chosen to be what was it at the time, I think it was like class prefect. So I was a bit of a teacher's pet. Class prefect, got chosen to do talks at Cambridge and Oxford representing my school, and that mindset kind of followed on to college. Obviously college, you're older, there's a bit more temptations, but I just thank God that I still was able to kind of pursue what I wanted to do and keep on track, to the point where I was nominated as student president and then student governor, and was then again chosen to do like talks about debating at Oxford and Cambridge. And then I got kind of an award and a kind of medal from my college, which was Christ the King. So yeah, so I was really lucky enough to kind of keep the kind of mindset was like, I'm an outgoing person, but I want to focus and I want to win. And I would definitely say what I achieved in secondary school by being class prefect, having the fact that I went Oxford and Cambridge to talk about IT and debating, and that followed me on to college. When I did finally do my UCAS application, it definitely supported it. It supported in the ways because my achievement shows I was focused, and it was still kind of around IT. So in regards to artificial intelligence and robotics, I was lucky enough to be chosen to be in a group of 9. So when I started uni, there was only 9 people on the course, but it was part of a bigger course. But like I said, that's a story for another day. Okay, so now the big question is how my family and friends think about what I do and my love for technology. Okay, so this is kind of complicated because obviously being like your average, I'm not average, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to say I'm as average in it, because I'm not. I'm a little basic, you know what I'm trying to say. But obviously being like from South London, being black, it kind of comes with a certain stereotype. So I've got quite an outgoing personality, as you've seen, and I have also stated that Monday to Friday I'm an IT professional. Saturday, sometimes Friday night is Gaza girl, me say, you know what I'm saying? So I think sometimes I would go out somewhere, I'll meet someone, or I'll just go out with my girls and we'll be at a drink up or a house party, and you know, we get into conversation about, oh, so what you do, you're buff and that, you know. So obviously I'll tell them that, oh yeah, I just graduated. Oh mad, what smart, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I just graduated. What do you study? Artificial intelligence and robotics. Shut up. They just don't expect it. Like, people actually think like I'm pulling their leg. Then when I'm like talking about technology and how I code, they're like, oh wow. So it definitely does break down barriers in the black community, especially being a female in IT, because there's not many. So at times it is weird in that sense, but I definitely do like it. Like, I don't really want to be seen as ordinary, and I don't really want to be predictable. So being that IT is my passion and people don't expect it, it makes me happy, you know. Like, I like surprising people. Like, I don't want to come out here and y'all to expect what I'm finna do, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you see me as this black girl, but then it's like I build robots, y'all. Like, I build robots. So you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's just basically me. In regards to my family, if you don't know, I'm Ghanaian. No, I didn't say that. But obviously I'm Ghanaian, so my family are really proud of me in that sense of what I've achieved, and my dad brags about it all the time, like, oh, you know, my daughter, yeah, like, she studies robotics. I don't know about the American accent, but that's what it comes across like, innit? So he's really happy about that. Definitely set a mark for my younger brothers and sisters, because as you can see, this is Chilling with the Tailors, and I am the oldest of 5. So it just definitely sets the bed for them in regards to, don't always have to fit your stereotype, and just kind of reach above that mark in that sense. And I just really want to make other black girls see that you don't always have to fit your stereotype. It's not always about contour or lace wigs. Not that anything's wrong with that, because I do a little contour sometimes, but yeah, that's what basically I'm saying. So I would say to everyone, if I was talking to my younger self, and obviously talking to people that is of a younger generation, I would just say literally just follow your dreams. Don't get caught up in the hype. You don't have to fit into that typical black stereotype, you know. And at times it will be kind of hard to break that mold, but it's definitely achievable, and I personally believe that with God everything is possible. So the main thing is just keep on being you, keep on being unique, love others, love yourself, and thank you for watching my video.